Here we have a little RCA Pocket portable radio, probably from the early 80s. I would say early, maybe to mid 80s. It's AM only, and it's made in Taiwan, so it's kind of Chinese-y looking. Especially the circuitry in there, but it
Would you go directly to and borrow directly from the federal government?
That's the volume wide open on it.
If you go to ed.gov,
And of course it's at night, so the reception's a little bit better, but overall, really the reception's not all that great.
Great. It's a matter of wants to be in. Right, you haven't. You wouldn't get this question out of your mind if it didn't come off a Hillary Clinton camp cue card. They got all kind of women's atrocities. We didn't want to die, so we were.
It'll pick up these local stations, like this one that's loud here.
Catch them, here they come. Silver and Eon coming across the table. I'm glad.
And that one's about 2 miles away at the most.
Man, I'm telling you, she's hot.
But I'm thinking a recap is in order for this thing, because I don't know, it just isn't performing like it should. Maybe some new capacitors might do the trick. I'm not sure. These circuits in here, it's got these funny looking round cylinder shaped transistors in here. Almost like geranium transistors, but not quite. They're very Chinese-y looking. I guess that's a camera coming in on it. Is that a Motorola symbol? Or not a Motorola, but a Mitsubishi symbol. Maybe it's got Mitsubishi parts. It's very Asian looking. Check out the resistors in there. Very different looking. Pioneer. I used to have 2 of these that were just alike, and I don't know what happened to the other one, but I do remember I saved these from the garbage. This was, shoot, probably 7 or 8 years ago. They've been sitting in a drawer, and I'm thinking maybe these electrolytics are dried out. So what do we got? A 10 microfarad at 10 volts. It's got 5 transistors in it. This kind of reminds me of those little Radio Shack jobs they had in the 80s, a little portable 9-volt operated, little Chinese-y made radios, little AM radios. I don't know what that one is. 33 microfarad at 10 volts. You got 100 here at 10 volts. 447 microfarad at 10 volts. So yeah, I mean, I think I've got all these. Probably got plenty in this junk drawer here. Or, well, these aren't junk, they're brand new. But then I also went to Radio Shack and cleaned them out. I went and raided the parts cabinet, and when they were like 90% off, and I think I got this little thing of caps right here for about 20 cents or something like that. And then these were like 7 cents a package here. So between those and this here, I'm sure I probably got something that'll work in there. So I'm gonna pull this thing apart and see what I can do with these caps. See if that helps anything. So in pulling this thing apart, these circuit boards that are kind of designed like this are mainly garbage, because as soon as you heat something like this up, it's pretty much made out of a solder trace, which is actually just almost like a blob of solder running together between each component in here. You know, you run a risk of pulling the trace up and everything when you go to change parts like this out, you know. And that's kind of how it goes with these, you know, imported, you know, radios like this. These little radios are probably sold at the dime store, or, you know, someplace inexpensive or whatever. And, you know, there's a real poor, cheap build quality on these things, and they just weren't meant to be serviced. I don't believe they were probably throwaway from the beginning. But I'm gonna fire up the soldering station over here. That's another thing I got at Radio Shack when they were going out of business. I think I paid something like $18 or something for this thing, and it's a $90 soldering station. And it has the temperature, and it heats up pretty fast. Anyway, I'm going to turn this thing on and see what I can do with it. Try to be delicate with it. Alright, well, get back. Okay, we got it back together. Got WSM playing on here. We got the Grand Ole Opry going on WSM, and as you can see, its reception is quite a bit better. That was only maybe a quarter of the volume.
Congratulations to Romaine on behalf of them.
Downfall here. I think Obama just as soon not have this.
His flesh, Jesus Christ. 10 WOR. Like our Facebook page for local news updates and the latest from your favorite talk show hosts.
Did you know that you have approximately 60,000 thoughts per day, and that more than 80%
may have had contact with a U.S. health worker who is positive for Ebola.
Currently, none of the individuals has been identified as having Ebola virus disease.
Kathy Harvin with the CDC says that positive Ebola patient being treated outside of Washington, D.C. As for this group of 10, they'll be taken to areas near medical centers in Nebraska, in Maryland, and perhaps near Emory University here in Atlanta. It was an electrical malfunction inside their home that led to a fire that killed an elderly couple. Up in Noonan, how you feel?
And that camera's trying to interfere with the radio.
Advantage of the fresh start I wasn't alone. That most people don't quit on their first or second attempt.
But as you can see, the performance has increased quite a bit. So let's see if we can show you the capacitors are replaced. Even the replacements are quite a bit smaller than the originals. The 100 at 10 volts, and then we got some 10s at 35 volts here, and then 33 at some 50 volts, I believe is what's in there. I just use what I have in these packs around here. So they're all replaced and everything seems to be working good.
Foster, nobody wins right here at the Legend, 650 AM WS. Yeah. Kevin Anderson here. It is 9:33 right now, temperature 57 degrees. And don't forget now, we got an archive show. This is not going to be a live show tonight for the Midnight Jamboree. It's an archive recorded previously. And the Roys are going to be hosting tonight. The Roys, and you don't want to miss it. Starting at midnight right here at the Legend, 650 AM WSN. Mr. Motorcoach.
Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll try to... Sorry it's been so long since I put a video on. Thanks for watching.